couple of comments. I think somebody on the panel said the starting point for networking should not be what I can get out of it, but what I can contribute to it, to network. If you start with that point, you will receive a lot from it in return. So giving is always easier than taking, in my opinion. They were mentioned, in the professional context, I think that's the way to approach networking. But outside of the profession, there are cultural groups that you can network. For example, I did not know about NIT much before I came here today. I met a person here today in this hall. We found out that my nephew is getting married to his niece. I've never met him before.
Me too, I never met him before.
So is that part of networking? It was destiny, maybe. What I wanted to say was I didn't want to miss an opportunity to speak about Livermore Temple. It's something very close to my heart. I have lived with it for decades. In roughly late 70s in the Bay Area, there were not many Hindu families. Some of us got together and said, we need an authentic temple, a place of worship, a place for discourse, and a place for culture, a place for human services, etc. We didn't have no money with us. And we started looking for land. And we found one in Pleasanton. We networked with the council members. There was one British lady who was a council member. She said, oh, I love Indian food, I love Indian culture, I'll help you, etc. But she voted against us at the end. Just because the people living in Pleasanton put enough pressure on her, if you vote for this, we're going to take you out of the city council. Anyway, things happen for a good reason. I'm so happy that we did not build a temple in Pleasanton in that site because it was landlocked and there was no way to expand. Then we found some land in Livermore, and I remember the time we jumped in our cars, went to see the land and bought 4 acres. It was $15,000 an acre, $60K. We didn't have any money. But somebody in the community recognized the dream we had, the power of the dream we had, and gave us $50,000. At that time, $50,000 was a lot of money. It's probably 10 times that now. So that's how a dream became somewhat of a reality. But since we bought the land in '81 and built the temple and opened it for public in '86, scores of people have come. I'm sure many of you have visited Livermore Temple. I met wonderful people through the temple. To this day, I met Prasad Ramakrishnan, who is here in this hall, through the temple. That's one of the best networks I've ever experienced. It's not just for business. People have got into business because they met in the temple. I've seen that happen. People have started companies and prospered. There's a priest there who was involved in doing corporate pujas for all the startups. He became a millionaire. He bought an airplane. He pilots a plane now. He flies to different cities in the western United States and performs pujas. Okay? So look at his power of networking. So outside of the profession, there are wonderful opportunities. As we talked about KLOK. We were interviewed on KLOK from the temple. We came and talked to at KLOK. So this networking has many, you can look at it from multitude of angles. Profession, outside of profession, interpersonal relationships, etc. So I think it's extremely important.